Would I be the asshole for wanting to divorce my husband because he called me a TRADWIFE?
Ooh.
I mean, you can want a divorce for whatever reason you want.
That's true.
I like how that's become your default to any divorce story.
To any divorce story? There's probably, divorce is not the easiest of things to come up with. So I imagine, there's some good reason if you're considering it.
All right.
And usually.
If they called you like a TRADWIFE and just kind of the pattern of dudes that are, saying these things or labeling women as such, they probably believe that they're still stuck in the 50s and look at you as property and a maid as opposed to an actual partner. So I'm going to go not the asshole for this one either.
Just realize I should probably describe what TRADWIFE means for people who aren't chronically online.
Sure.
Yeah.
So TRADWIFE, for anyone who doesn't know, is stands for traditional wife. It's kind of like a derogatory word usually on the online spaces, usually used in a lot of incel-y spaces to be like a wife who does her duty, quote unquote, like does the traditional sex roles and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
So I didn't know that it was used as like a derogatory term. I just knew it as a term. I always assumed it was like people that both consented to the title of trad husband, trad wife type. I didn't know it was.
Some might.
But the majority is. I'm learning with
that's just how it's been used so far. I think it's internet. That's kind of heading towards that connotation.
Yeah, it's been co-opted, I think, by a lot of the same dudes on the Passport Bros subreddit.
Yeah,
dudes. Okay,
yeah.
Gotcha.
But to some, that type of lifestyle and that type of setup absolutely works, and more power to you if you can make that happen. But
as long as everyone is, as long as everyone's consenting, I guess, and respectful of
absolutely
each other and see each other as partners, not like
not as property.
Yeah,
it's.
The issue with the traditional wife thing to me is that it paints gender roles very specifically. So I have a problem with it anyway, but I realize some people might not have a problem with it. So I just thought I'd define it for anyone who didn't know what it meant before we hopped into the story.
So is it traditional if it's... Oh, I guess not. That answers my own question. Never mind. I was going to say, like, if it's the opposite and the man is like a stay-at-home dad, that's opposite? Okay, gotcha.
That's also frowned upon in the internet. I forgot what this freaking creator does it, but it's the roles reverse. He's a stay-at-home dad and he does all the cleaning, all that shit. And I want that fucking life, baby. I'd get up in the morning, be like, I'd clean, put on the mop, shit. I'm gassing up Julia. I'm like,
I think it's
up.
Hunter and Maya. Is that the creator?
Maybe.
I don't. It is on TikTok.
Not entirely sure what the name, but I think the content's hilarious. I wouldn't mind it, to be honest, for me.
All right. So I, 39 female, am a stay-at-home mom. I left my career to stay at home with our child, 3 female, a little over a year ago. She's autistic and requires a lot of support. Being a stay-at-home parent was never in my plans. I do not like being without my own money, and my husband, 41 male, makes a decent living for us as the solo earner. All that being said, I have taken to the role fairly easily. I enjoy meal planning, cooking, and baking. I built a small garden in our backyard, and I do the majority of the cleaning. When my husband is home, he also does chores and parenting. He's not one for traditional gender roles, or so I thought. And in brackets, we've been together for 10 years. I was vacuuming his office about a week ago. He left his monitor on before he left for work. Not uncommon, and I went to shut it off. What threw me off is that he had X/Twitter open. At first, I was confused by the post about trad wives until I saw a picture of me getting something out of the oven.
Hell no.
The more I looked, it turned out this was his account, and he was bragging about having a trad wife, lying about our dynamics. There were pictures of me in the garden and one of me reading a story to our daughter. Thank God her face wasn't in it. I was so angry and upset, and it creeped me out. So, not like he didn't call her this directly. He's posting it secretly on X, which
I feel like that's even worse.
Way worse.
Yeah.
Also,
that's not consenting. Yeah.
I feel like it should be illegal.
It honestly should be, but it definitely isn't. Like, I mean,
probably isn't, but
revenge
it feels
porn
like it
just became illegal not too long ago. So, so I didn't even think. I just called his phone, and when he answered, I snapped. I don't really remember what I said. I do remember him saying to calm down, and it was just a silly posting. After that, I told him I want a divorce, that he was a creep, and then I hung up. He, of course, came straight home. We argued a bit, but I have a fairly strict routine I keep with my daughter. He made me promise we'd talk at night. We did, and he showed me that he deleted the account. It's been a week, and my anger still hasn't calmed down at all. This is not the man I thought I knew. He says it started as a joke and got out of control because he liked the attention. So Reddit, would I be the asshole if I divorced my husband for pretending I'm a trad wife online?
I wouldn't blame you if you wanted to. I wouldn't
Yeah.
go necessarily to that step off the bat. I'd probably be like, hey, what the fuck?
I mean,
Talk
she
to me
did
about
that
it
part.
I mean, with the divorce like on the line already.
Well,
Yeah, I just feel like I feel like she's well within her bounds to get a divorce. Just because it's like
agreed.
Once it's on the internet, just because you deleted the account, I mean,
still there.
We've used the fucking Reddit Wayback Machine thing.
Yeah.
The internet is forever, guys. So it's just posting pictures of, loved ones without consent is so strange, especially using them in this kind of context. Maybe it feels like on Instagram, like on an Instagram story, and it's just like hanging out with the wife or something. But this is on like specific people are looking at this and liking this and being weird about it.
Yeah.
Like, that's fucked up. I don't know if I would be even after. Yeah, I'd be like OP. After a week, I'd still be livid. Of course, you could, this is definitely well within the rounds of staying together as well. Like they could get couples therapy and like work through it, figure out why he needs to feel validated by strangers or whatever. But also, like, I would not blame her one bit for being like, absolutely, fuck you, fuck this. This is crazy. So yeah, it's not a great situation. This guy is, I don't know, this sneaky and weird. I don't like it.
But also, like the people that are liking this photo, he's also lying to them about his situation and perpetuating this, trad wife mentality online where it's like, oh, I got to get a trad wife. You know what I mean? Like those kind of people that are liking that post and commenting on it. It's just perpetuating a stereotype that, is a lie in this case for sure.
No, I agree.
And so I lean towards fuck them, but I also can see the getting therapy and working it out. I mean, you've been together for 10 years. It is super weird, and I would be worried about what else he's keeping from you. So that's where my mind first goes. How many other places has he posted this? Is he got like one of those incel Reddit accounts?
Fucking
Truth
Reddit account.
Social?
Yeah.
Whatever that thing is called.
Who knows
Parlor?
where he is? You know what I mean?
I don't fucking know.
And so my mind goes to that where I'm very concerned because you had no red flags up until this point. And that's just like, what else is there? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's got to do a full reveal on all his accounts everywhere.
That's where I was going to go with that too. And do a full reveal video. It's like, guys, I lied. She's not traditional. So kind of just destroys brand. But,
yeah, actually bring back the account, delete all the posts, but then be like, followers, I'm a liar.
Ruin his reputation online. But I am kind of like in between what you guys are saying too. Like, I completely agree. Like, she is within absolute reason to divorce this guy, because at the end of the day, like that's a violation of trust, right? With your partner. No consent was given about like the types of posts. And I think there's also kind of a heated resentment boiling as well, because she also had to give up her career to, make sure that the household kind of works. And she probably worked extremely hard to get to where she needs to be. And for her to give that up, just to take care of the household, even though he's making good money, that's kind of a blow on her, not just her ego, but like, the hard work that she had to put through to get to where she is. But also, I believe that with him like deleting the account, I know that doesn't fix everything, but I think they can still work it out in terms of like therapy or kind of fix things in that way. But I'm in between. I can see the reason why she'll do it, but I can also see like, I think it's okay if they just still work it out together.
All right. So she did write an edit answering a bunch of questions. I'm just trying to pick out like the specific ones that I think are relevant. So she says, yes, I am a traditional wife. I'm not a trad wife. Since our dating years, I've made it known that I wanted to be an equal partner. I did not want weird gender roles forced on any children we might have. He has always agreed and self-identified as a feminist. She said there have been no other glaringly bad issues in our marriage. A couple times early on, he would crash at a friend's house after a night out and not communicate where he was. After we talked about it, he never did it again. So I would say in that case, it's like he is a person who is willing to learn and grow. So there is that potential. And my husband has other social media. These posts never showed up on them. Yes, I do expect him to ask my permission to post me, or in the very least, let me know he has posted me. We do not, under any circumstances, post pictures of our daughter's face online. We agreed that 5 years before we even had her. And then last thing here, there was about 30 posts that I saw. Yes, my face was visible. I didn't read them all. My head started to spin after seeing the one with my daughter. The caption was something like, quote, I thank Jesus every day for these beautiful ladies, end quote. And then she caps that off with, my husband is an atheist. So just capping like he's a
so he has like a
Christian boy.
different persona on. This dude probably this dude's some validation or some attention that he probably never got like as a kid. So yeah, I think therapy is a good option for this guy.
I agree, for himself, and then couples therapy as well.
Yep.
Yeah, and Reddit deemed not the asshole for her, wanting a divorce. Vetrus71 said, not the asshole. I wonder what other kind of pictures he's secretly taken of you and posted publicly elsewhere that he's successfully hidden from you. And that's kind of where I was going with that, where it's like, yeah, I'm worried about what else it could be. You know what I mean? And how far this rabbit hole goes, basically.
Man, that's so weird to have like just capping
like
on
an alter ego.
Yeah.
Like this guy thinks he's a wrestler. I'm just a heel, babe. It's all part of the act. So strange.
Yeah. It's one thing to have like a hobby account where you just post about, I don't know, hockey or football or whatever on X or, Instagram.
That's
or whatever.
me with my 10,000 TikTok accounts. I just have a hobby one.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Like that's one thing. It's one thing to have an outlet where you express your hobbies or yourself in a different way. This is taking weird pictures of your wife and child and posting them online, and it's giving me the ick for sure.
Get therapy. I don't know how to read. Get therapy.